Hey everyone, welcome back to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay, so grab a brush, grab some models, grab some paints, and paint along with me. Let's rid our world of unpainted models. Today I'm going to be working on a Lieutenant Amulus model that I got from Adepticon. It's one of the limited edition models, but it's just a Lieutenant essentially. I've been working on him for the last week or so, and he's fun. So I'll finish him up today, get him based, and then work on probably some of my side models in the meantime. Really, overall, I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. For Space Marines, I do have some more squads. I haven't painted as fast as I was hoping, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy that I'm getting at least stuff painted. I'm working my way towards a painted Space Marine army. So let's get started. As always, Cody Rue, you missed a spot. No, that's wrong. Shout out to Cody Rue. Adam, you missed a spot. Let's get started. Hey everyone, so let's start painting. I'm just going to make sure that that's focused correctly on this model. Today I'm working on my Lieutenant Amulus that I got at Adepticon. So yeah, I'm just going to finish him up right now. I just got to touch up a little bit of the, a couple areas of the glaze that I was using. So I'll start with there. So I'll take some Lamenter's Yellow glaze and keep going. I'll talk about my recent work, my life, and all that stuff, you know? It's been a little while. I don't think I've made a video in a few weeks, which I've been just really busy. Really busy. I really wanted to keep going on with this wave of videos for the new contrast paints. And maybe I'll make one more. But I think it's kind of past the time where people would care about it, but we'll see. You know? That's all good. So, yeah, as you can see, he's coming along quite well. I'd say he's coming along pretty well. Just there. Just cleaning up a couple areas. He's a cool model. Now I have like 6 lieutenants. So I'm just going to move my water because it's in the way in an awkward area. And yeah, as I said, it's going to be fun to have all my Space Marines done. It really is. I've been focusing on Space Marines for a couple months now, and I probably have about another month, maybe just over another month. I haven't gotten as much painting done as I was hoping this month, but I've got a bit of painting done. I'm down to, as far as the Primaris Marines go, I'm down to, what else? 3 Inceptors, the fast jump back guys. These guys. Inceptors. And an Ancient, and then I have a squad of Scouts, one more vehicle, and then, let's see, probably a Vindicator, so maybe just over a month. You know, I don't know how much I'll be able to paint per week coming up, we'll see. I'm just going to keep going. So now that that's done, I'm going to paint, I'm going to clean up a couple areas with my gray liner. That way I can finish up the handle of the sword and the, what else do I want to paint with gray liner? Oh, the handle of the gun. And that's pretty much it. He's pretty close to being done. And I'll work on the base today. And then if I have plenty of time left, I still have, some aberrants that I'm working on in my free time as well. I will be painting up some Genestealer Cult in the near future. As I mentioned in my last video, I've decided that my next army that I'm going to pay some attention to is Imperial Knights. Because Imperial Knights are fun. I've been painting up a bunch of little guys. So it's time to just turn my attention to a few big guys for about a month or two, and then, get them all done. Well, maybe more than a month, we'll see. But I'm going to work on a few of them at the same time, because I have 3 little guys and then 2 big guys, or 3 big guys, sorry. And so 3, I have 2 Helverins, what are they called? So 3 Armigers. Armiger. That I'm going to be painting up. And yeah, so I'll probably work on them first. And then I have a Castellan, because I had to, of course, jump on that bandwagon. Well, I did buy the Apocalypse formation box. And of course the fan just turned on, so I'm going to go close the door in a second. There we go. Look at that. So that's done. Now I'm just going to go close that door. It's just a little quieter in here. And then we're going to work on the base. It's going to be pretty easy to work on. But let's get that base done. Cool. So I'm just going to grab that. First thing I'm going to do is just take some Mournfang Brown. Put a little bit in my palette, and this is what I'm going to use as the first color for dry brushing for the painted sand. Heck, this guy's base could take me probably the rest of the video. We'll see. Just want a little dry brush, something I can easily control. There we go. Alright, so let's get the basing done. Just keep going with the basing. I'm removing a couple, occasional piece of sand, which sucks because then you see the white. I don't care if that happens, you just jam a little bit of dark down there. And maybe I'll do like a wash later. There we go. So what have I been up to? Working mostly, relaxing a bit. It's been a nice summer so far. The weather's been really nice. I was away for about a week. I took my father-in-law on a fishing trip, or whoever he's related to me. My girlfriend's father on a fishing trip. It was really good. We went up north. We didn't catch much. We caught a couple fish, but nothing worth keeping, of course. But it was just a good trip. Nice to relax and catch up with him. And he's not doing the best health-wise, to be honest. So it's been a really nice. It was just a nice getaway for him, just to relax, and that's what we wanted to do. Just a nice relaxing trip, and it was pretty much, you know. It was a good trip. Now we take some Scrag Brown and repeat. But yeah, it was good. we rented a little cabin or like cottage in northern, central northern Ontario / Quebec. We're actually on the Quebec side. It was right on the Ottawa River, so it basically divides Ontario from Quebec. It was a good time. I said fishing, was nice. I've went fishing a couple times since. I like fishing. It's just quite fun and relaxing. It's like for me when I paint, it's a nice relaxing time. I like to do that in my free time because who wants to be stressed in their free time? I guess some people do, but not me. Yeah. There we go. Now I'll quickly paint where's my wraith bone? I'm just going to paint that little head with wraith bone. I'm going to just do a quick contrast paint for the head, that little demon thing on his base. The rocks I'm going to paint with probably just the rock trio, the stone trio from Reaper. There we go. Good. Let's paint those stones with the stone trio. This is the rocks with the rock trio. Stone trio from Reaper. I got those, and then it's gonna be a pretty simple day of painting. I'll be painting shadowed stone, stone gray, others. There we go. So I'm gonna take the triad from Reaper, starting with shadowed stone. Let's paint the stone. The fishing trip was really good. About a 4-hour drive each way. So a bit of driving. I drove the family because I don't mind driving. I'm not using much of my vacation in the summer. Most of my vacation I'm using up in the fall. I'm going on a little trip in the fall to Nova Scotia, or New Scotland, for those who don't know. But it's going to be a good trip. My girlfriend and I are going to go in the fall, and it'll be really nice. Early fall, of course, not late fall, because that'll be just snow. But based on Canadian falls. But it's gonna be really nice. I'm looking forward to it. Might need to do 2 coats. It's going on really a little too thin. There we go. I do like Reaper paints because they are nice and thin, and they go on really smooth. But look at that. He's coming along. I got this guy at Adepticon, so I figured I might as well paint him up. Yeah, I don't really need another. He's a good-looking model, but didn't really need another lieutenant. I think he makes number 6. You can only take him on squads of 2. So. There we go. I'll let that dry for a second. And then do one more thin coat on the stones. He was fun. I painted him up over the last few days. It's my spare time. Last few days, I'd say 4 or 5 days. You know, as I said, I'm kind of excited to be done all my Space Marines. It's gonna be nice to be able to, you know, focus on a new army. Yeah. But he's looking pretty cool. He is. What else is new and exciting? Not too much. This is mostly just working. And then when I went on the fishing trip, work keeps me busy. Just gonna do a little more right now. Work definitely keeps me busy, and that's what work's for. It helps you pay the bills. It's not fun. Helps pay the bills. And that's basically it. But that's okay. I'm probably going to be signing up for some more certification soon. The thing is with mine is my company doesn't pay for it because it's required for a future job. So maybe I'll get reimbursed in the future. There we go. Looks good. Looking good. So I'll wait till that dries, which will take a few minutes, and then work on the bullet. So I need to work on that little skull thing, the rocks, the bullet. And maybe I'll put a tuft of grass, clean up the rim of the base. Not too bad. So while that's drying, let's turn our attention to some aberrants. Yeah. Put an aberrant there. I'm trying to figure what color I want to do next. Probably black. These days I'm just having fun with them, using the contrast paints. Yeah, I'll do orange next for him. Just having fun using the contrast paints, you know, and as I said, they're actually a fun paint to use. One more. Where'd my other stand go? I'm constantly losing one of my stands. That's okay. There it is. Yeah, I'm enjoying using the contrast paints. It's been a lot of fun painting these guys. And this is basically my color scheme that I'm going to be going with for my Genester called Army. So, it's fun. It's a good time. Let's use the orange while the lieutenant's feet or stone is drying. And put it back for a sec. There we go. I really like these contrast paints. They're fun. So they're quick. And yeah, I finally got the medium. It really makes a difference, I find. It really does. Can't believe July is almost over. It goes by so fast. August is going to be fun. We're going to a Jays game in the I always go to one Jays game a year at least, and I'm going to one in a few weeks. Of course, the trade deadline is this week, and so it's going to be disassembling of the team, pretty much. Anybody who's worth getting rid of will be got rid of. Yesterday, they traded Eric Sogard, which he was kind of our utility infielder, but he did phenomenal. He's a veteran. He's having like the best season of his life. So he's gone. They traded him to the Tampa Bay Rays, which is always weird when you trade it to a division rival. You basically announce that you've given up hope. And I don't even think the Rays are going to make the playoffs. Maybe they will. But I just don't think so. They're not playing too well. They barely beat the Jays. Okay, is that still drying? Yep. So let's take the Tampa Bay Lightning just signed a guy for a big contract. I'm trying to think what I want to use for these. Maybe black for the bands around the clothing. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe a light dry brushing of orange. Yeah, maybe I'll do that quickly. A nice dry brushing of orange first. Just a light. So I'll take some Rise of Rust and keep going with the oranges. It makes them at least pop a little bit. I do find that just a quick dry brush in a certain area really works unbelievably well with these contrast paints because they're designed to skip a few steps, but a nice highlight, just a quick highlight, really finishes the model. It really does. It brings it from just a quick job to and it takes a slightly longer time, but it really just brings out some of the colors. It tones down some of the if it overpooled, for example, tones that down. But as you can see, like there you go. Just a quick highlight makes the orange really pop, and that's good. That's really what I'm trying to go for, right? And I'll do various shades of purple for this army, for this Gene Stealer called Army. I know I'm not usually pre-painting, like as I said, next I'm working on Imperial Knights. So maybe I should work on them, but they're going to be mostly airbrushed. I do airbrush most of my Imperial Knight models, so I don't really need to focus on them too much with painting with Jays. There you go, his orange is painted. These aberrants are really fun. They're such cool looking models. So I've been enjoying, as I said. How long have we been painting for? 20 minutes, good. Yeah, rock isn't dry yet, so that's okay. But this is just light Rise of Rust. There we go. There we go. It's kind of been fun, and I think I'm going to do the entire army, as I said, primarily with contrast paints for my Gene Stealer cult. Not, me, I don't usually paint that quickly, but I think it'd be kind of a fun challenge to me to like build a bunch of models and just have a lot of fun and paint them quickly with these contrast paints and get them done. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to my models. And I'll do one army, in this case Gene Stealer cult, to a slightly just lower standard, but that's okay. It's a giant horde army, and I'm okay with that. You know, as long as I can bring him to a tournament and not be judged poorly, you know, that's all that matters. They're obviously 3-color minimum. And that's what matters. And the other orange is drying. As you can see, like, this is it has a little bit of pooling and shows a little watery. So this quick just highlight with Rise of Rust, I find really just makes it awesome. Stone's basically dry. I'll start highlighting up that later too, after this. So as you can see on one side versus the other, like there's a bit of a difference, which is good. Because if your painting doesn't make a difference, you shouldn't be doing it. That step, I mean, doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I'm going to a Jays game. They're playing against the Mariners, so that'll be cool. Seattle. But it's gonna be a good time. I'm taking my girlfriend to a concert that she's always wanted to see as well. So August is gonna be fun. And of course, August always goes by so fast, and then we're right freaking back to September. And then just might as well start preparing for Christmas. Like, the year goes by so stupidly fast. So fast. That's okay. That's why I like to take these, you know, hour moments, hours at a time, and just relax and get some painting done, you know? Get some painting done. And reflect on life and my work and my painting. Very cathartic. Move these guys back. So this, I'm just going to pick up on the raised areas, bring a little bit lighter of a gray tone to the stones. That's the other thing, when I'm using my white basing, I do notice that, like, mistakes a lot more. So I'll have to go over them later and fix that after it's all done. Yeah, clean up all the white. But yeah, I'm kind of having a lot of fun using white as my primer color. I'm usually a gray or black person depending on the model, so it's been actually kind of a cool, refreshing time, you know, and that's why I like each army being a slightly different color. The only exception will probably be my Imperial Knights are probably going to be, I think I'm going to do Hawkshroud. So they're going to be yellow again. So I'll be continuing on my yellow journey for another month or two after I'm done with these guys. Good. And now finally I'm just going to take the weathered stone and just do a very light highlight, very light dry brush around. And then paint the bullets, clean up the base. Lieutenant, what is his name? Amulus? Amulus, yeah. We'll be done soon. Lieutenant Amulus is just essentially a lieutenant. So I was kind of hoping he'd have his own like special rules or something when I got him. But I got him for free anyway because he was in the swag bag. So, as you can see, and I'll clean up the dirt after too. But it's turning out well. And I'm going to pay all my vanilla marines will be done this summer. And then Imperial Knights, then probably Genestealer Cult in the fall. And that'll take me a little while. This time next year, I'm done, I think, providing I can keep painting on my consistent speed that I've been doing. There we go. This time next year, I should be done. Literally, my world will be ridden of unpainted models. And I know what everyone's saying. It's a pipe dream, Jay. It's a pipe dream. But, I'm going to paint that blue. What color was it on the thing? Let's just paint it green. Pretty sure my local gaming store just got contrast paints this week, which is a little sad. A little sad, to be honest. It took them way too long, you know. So I literally had to, take my business elsewhere because I wanted to get them way before, now. So hopefully they kind of get their acting gear. Start picking up GW products again. Yeah. Really hope so. Alright, let's paint the bullets. Let's bite the bullet. So I'm going to take some Brass Scorpion. Alright, as you can see, it's starting to look like it's close to finished. Once it's done, yay. And then I'll turn my attention to the next few models. I'm thinking next I'll probably paint up, I don't even know, 50-50. Either I'm going to paint up the Ancients, or I'm going to paint up the, it'll either be the Ancient or the group of Inceptors. I'm hoping that by next week's Painting with Jay, whatever I choose for this week, I'll have pretty much done. And then I can finish up the Primaris side next week. Last few weeks I've been power watching The Office. I love that show. I power watched right through it, and I don't regret it. It's leaving Netflix next year. And it will, yeah, it was a good show. It's one of those almost become like almost cult because it's picked up so much popularity since it left the TV. Obviously, wow, like season 8 was really bad. You know, when the main actor leaves your show, it's hard to keep going, and man, it's tough to watch. Season 8 for me was probably the hardest. Season 9 they picked it up a little bit, and also you knew that it was ending soon, so they started wrapping up storylines, and you know that. There we go. Bullets are done. I just gotta give them a shading after they're drying, and then look at that. So he's coming along during this entire video. As you can see, I'm painting for about 35 minutes, but it's the model's almost there. What now? I'm going to give a shading to the bullets once they're dried. Let me just start by cleaning up do a quick cleanup of the areas around the rocks. So once again, go back in with my orange paint brown. This is just reblend, you know, a little bit of sand that touching the rocks. Bring it back to the sand color. There we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Jays game. That'll be good. Hopefully there's some good players left. Right, any decent players left on the Jays after? Nah, they'll sub their future players. Ooh, that was too much. So it'll be good. One of their big prospects is coming up to the major leagues this week. Bo Bichette. The Jays are actually, for those who don't watch baseball, the Jays have like 4 or 5 players right now. They're just coming to the big leagues now. But they're all sons of Hall of Fame baseball players. So that's really cool. There we go. Oh, bless me. So once again, take some Craig Brown. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. There we go. Dirt on the rocks. I'd say he's looking pretty good. I think this guy could be used in a tournament and not be frowned upon. Cool. Now I just got to do the Agrex Earth Shade over the bullets. I'm not going to highlight them after that. It's just going to be an Agrex Earth Shade because they're bullets and they're in the dirt. They don't need to be cleaned. And then this guy is done. I'll clean the rim of his base and set him down. He is good to go. And that means another Primaris Marine in my army. Done. I'm really still debating whether or not I should pick up one of those executioners, the repulsor executioners. Maybe I'll sell a few of my models that I'm going to sell anyway and use that money to pay for it. I'm just really not trying to buy more models. Right? I'm really trying to not buy new models in the short term because I am in the home stretch. All right? I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and buying any new models will just put more things in the way, as you know. It'll just, put more models in the way that I need to paint, and that's defeating the purpose. So, we'll see. But that's it. Cool. I think he's done. So I'm going to simply clean up his base, set him down somewhere to dry, because I need to just finish the rim. Actually, yeah. So let's get him off there. And I'll just put a little piece of paper down here. And then next, as I said, it's either the Ancient, who's right here. He has been primed, or the Inceptors. I don't know yet. I'll make the decision later. I'm probably done painting for the day after this. Maybe I'll have an hour later. But so I'll make the call a little bit later. Just gonna take a little bit of black paint, clean up the rim of his base, and this cap, Lieutenant Amulus, is complete. Maybe I should go fishing again this week. I haven't actually played the game in a while. I really should get together with my friend Stu or Dave and play a game with my painted Space Marine army. Yeah. There we go. Done. Cool. He's there now. Cool. So what am I going to do now? I'm done that guy for the day. Let's paint up some Gene Stealer Cult dudes then for the next, 10 minutes. Yeah, mine as well, right? And I knock them both over. That's still drying. Alright, so this guy... Good. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to clean up a few areas that I'll be painting. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to clean up a few areas with some white for each guy that I'll be cleaning, that I'll be painting other colors, and then paint those other colors. That's the only thing is with these contrast paints is you do have to find yourself, you have to clean up a few areas every now and then because of the, the way that they're ink, right? So they go over very transparent, and so if you have an asymmetrical undercoat, it really does show. Which you can use that to your advantage sometimes too. But yeah, it's been fun painting with these things. And I'm trying out one of the new texture paints for the basing. I figure I'm going to go all out. So this is the new textured paint basing I'll be using. And so as you can see, it's just gray, and I did a quick dry brush of light gray on top of that. So these guys are basically my color scheme for my Gene Stealer cults. As I said, not bad. I think I'd play them in a tournament and have some fun. And what it's going to do is it's going to save me a lot of time so that I can get them done within a relative pace. I have a lot of... It's a horde army, right? So there's a lot of models. There are a lot of models. And it's really nice to have something to help paint them up fast. Yeah, I watched the whole Office. I like powering through shows. It's fun. It's a good show. I don't think they should bring it back. I know there's debate. Some people say they should bring it back. I don't think they should. My argument is that they shouldn't because it, I don't know. It runs the risk of ruining the show, you know. But that's what society today has run out of ideas, and that is so apparent. Society is out of ideas for media, right? Songs are getting really repetitive or relying on old songs. TV is just going right back to old TV styles, like, because no one can come up with a new idea. All right, what shows were really good in the past? Roseanne. Okay, we should bring that back. Oh, Roseanne said something stupid. We're killing off her character and making it the Connors. Okay. Will and Grace is back. Murphy Brown. Have we peaked for media? Probably. Which just makes me really sad. Like, The Big Bang Theory just ended, right? It's over now. And it's now time for a new show to take its throne. And we need a new, fun idea for a show. So that way we can, move forward in the media. It makes me really sad when I just see, like, again, look at movies, right? Jurassic World. Again, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is constantly making movies. That makes sense. Most of them sequels. That makes sense. The big movie of this year, like, Disney's just remaking all their films with live action. It's like, okay, so Disney, Aladdin, Toy Story 4, Dumbo. So basically Disney isn't doing anything new this year. Yeah, I don't know, it makes me a little sad. We gotta push forward. And all we're doing is holding on dearly to the past and being like, hey. The thing is, though, we totally support it. Like, Lion King's doing pretty well at the box office. But, there you go. He's all cleaned up. Lion King is doing quite well at the box office. Aladdin did well. Aladdin is now Will Smith's top grossing film of all time. That's pretty funny. Dumbo I don't think did amazingly, but it's a Tim Burton Disney film, so based on a 60-minute movie. Toy Story 4 did very well. Once again, it's Toy Story 4. Apparently it's quite good. Apparently it was quite good. But it's Toy Story 4. And I know I'm just picking Disney films. I know I'm just picking Disney. But Disney represents the meta, really, of movies. Because they're now the biggest thing. They own everything. They own Marvel. They own Star Wars. Also Star Wars episode, 9's coming out this year. They own everything. as I said. So if they're showing repetition, it's because society wants repetition. I don't know. What do you think? Leave comments in the comment section down below, people. Do you think we've peaked? Or are we out of ideas for media? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Because I kind of think we do. We have. We don't... I don't know. There hasn't been a show in a while that I've been really looking forward to seeing on TV. Really, there hasn't. The Big Bang, other than, I watched Game of Thrones when it aired. So Game of Thrones is done, right? So then there's like a chance for a new HBO show to come in. Watchmen, apparently. I haven't seen Watchmen. But Watchmen could be that new show. Has some potential. Cool. Look at that. So that one's done. This guy's not done. So I'm going to just quickly, as I said, once this white's done, I'm going to go over them and touch them up. But just some spots. I'm going to do non-metallic gray for the collars. And there we go. Cool. 1, 2, 3. That guy's still drying. He might be done now. Yeah, he's not. He's dry enough that I can paint. Yeah. So, how are your summers going? Mine has been pretty good so far. Not very eventful. That can be a good thing sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. My painting is really coming along. As I said, home stretch. Home stretch. Once the Space Marines are done and the Imperial Fists are done, not Imperial Fists, Imperial Knights. I'm painting Imperial Fists right now. I'm going to jump into a couple new armies, and then I have some scraggler models that I still need to paint up for a couple armies, like Grey Knights. And then that's it. And then I'm going to just go Buckeye, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun to have these guys all painted up. Oh, maybe I should paint their eyes as well, because their eyes will be yellow. Yeah, just dots to get their eyes prepared for the yellow. As I'm saying, I'm predicting next year, probably by this time, maybe earlier, Jay is done painting models. Then I'll just buy new models whenever I want. If I want to, paint them. With no guilt. There we go. So I'm just painting some eyes on them. This guy. There we go, a little eye. This is basically my test model, the color scheme. Yep. Can't wait. Can't wait. It's gonna feel good. I'm doing painting with Jay so long that it's just working towards this constant goal. And again, as I said, people think it's a pipe dream, but I'm really starting to see the empty shelf space. You know what? We've been painting for an hour. Let's end here. So that concludes another Painting with Jay. I really hope you got some stuff done, you enjoyed painting along with me, and you're ridding your world of unpainted models. I'm really excited. Now that Amulus is done, I'm going to pick up tonight either, I'm going to just pick up the next model and start painting. It'll probably be either the Ancient or the Inceptors. Haven't decided which one, maybe both. Maybe I'll get all the airbrushing done tonight and just keep going. I'm really excited. And if I can have one done for next week and then work on the other one, then that's the Primaris side, and then it's just some scouts, you know, a couple other small things, and then the Space Marine army is done. Maybe I'll have it done by the end of August. We'll see. I'm aiming for late August, early September to finish up with my Space Marine army, and then we'll go from there. Pick up the next model and keep going, you know? So stay tuned for more Painting with Jay. I really hope you enjoyed this one and got some work done. As always, this is brought to you by my Patreon campaign. Link in the description below if you want to help support my videos. It's because of them that I can make these videos. So huge thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. Stay tuned for more videos. Until next time, this is Jay saying happy painting with me.